It's gonna be May 6th.
It's May.
You know what people say? They say May the 4th be with you. They say, I don't know what they say about the 5th. Cinco de Mayo. And then they say Revenge of the 6th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cinco de Drinko, you know?
Cinco de Drinko.
Mm-hmm,
I had a drink yesterday. I actually had a drink. Unintentionally. I didn't even plan it, but I had a drink.
Oh, I've been sick all week, which is why we didn't record on Tuesday like we planned.
Right. Exactly.
So not
you
for
know
me,
what?
sir.
Those are I have two unofficial holidays that I like to recognize. For the first one, like we just mentioned, was May the 4th, because I like Star Wars, so May the 4th, right?
Yeah.
And the second one is actually 3 now. The second one is March 14th, which is 314, which is Pi Day, right?
That's also Trina's birthday.
Hey, yo, Trina's birthday's Pi Day? That's fucking dope. But yeah, so 314 is Pi Day because I'm a fucking nerd. And then what is it? March 10th. Because if you write it out, it's MAR10 Mario. It's Mario Day. So yeah, those are my 3 unofficial holidays. Yeah, 3 unofficial holidays.
That.
Anyway, nerd talk over. Into some more real serious talk.
Into other nerd talk.
Welcome everybody to Pex Pals, the only Apex Legends podcast for the mediocre gamer. This is season 2, episode 11, Revenge of Things. My name is Calvin.
Revenge of Things?
Yeah, you know.
Love it.
My name is Calvin. This is my co-host, my soulmate, my blood brother, Joel Cupcake.
I'm the Booth brother.
You're the Booth?
No, the Bluth. Like, what does he say?
I don't know.
What do they say?
What are you talking about?
Bloodhound. I am the
Bloodhound, or whatever the hell.
Yeah. That's me, but brother at the end.
I got it. The Blood Brother.
The Blood Brother.
Welcome, everybody. So today, we're going to just quickly go over all the new information that's been coming out. Like, so much shit came out in the last week.
So much. I was very pumped for this most recent season we just entered, Calvin, and I'm probably more pumped for the next season. And it actually has nothing to do with the new legend. Well, a little bit. But
to be honest, I like it. I think I said this at the start of last season, but I like it when new seasons happen because it's just like excitement. There's excitement in the air. And so I'm pretty stoked. But first and foremost, before we get into oh my God.
Oh, I thought I muted the mic.
You did not mute the mic with your loud ass nose blowing.
I'm sick, dude. Fuck. Okay, let me mute the mic now.
So first and foremost, before we get into anything, we have a tradition here for those of you listening, and for all you new people, we have a new tradition. All right, it's the same tradition, old tradition. It's called the Weapon of the Week, and
you okay there? Did I blow your brain out with my nose blowing?
When you blew your nose, it fucked me up. Anyway. Called the Weapon of the Week. And essentially what Weapon of the Week is, if you're new to the show, Weapon of the Week is for us mediocre gamers who don't always use meta weapons. We like to switch it up because some days the R301 works best, but some days it's the Spitfire. I mean, that's every day for everybody. Some days it's the Havoc. Some days it's the bow. Some days it's, the Sentinel. Doesn't matter. It's just always going to switch it up for you because you like to play a variety of different weapons. And that's what Joel and I do. So every week we like to talk about.
Well, that's what we do.
Yeah.
For now.
For now until we get meta weapons or.
We'll get into that later.
Okay. So what we like to do on the show at the beginning of the show is talk about what weapon has been doing a lot of good work for us in this last week or so. So Joel Cupcake, why don't you lead the charge? What is your weapon of the week?
My weapon of the week this week is actually the weapon I'm the most surprised does not make the rounds in the pro scene more.
Okay.
Because of how strong it is. Pros generally have, top tier level recoil control and also map awareness. No, that's not the Prowler. Everyone's probably thinking that's what I'm about to say. But close. My weapon of the week is the Hemlock this week.
The Hemlock, dude.
Like that thing in single fire, I've been getting just like, actually, I think it was when I was playing with you, Calvin. We got mowed down by that team like across Kings Canyon with a single fire Hemlock. I mean, they were probably cheating, but that's not the point.
Yeah, but still,
you know, but the Hemi, man, it's just
it
the
rips.
hip fire. You know, they did bring the hip fire back up. It's still not to where it used to be, but regardless of that, I mean, man, you hit those burst shots. Like if you see them first and you have the Hemlock, it's very rare that you lose that fight.
Yeah. It's one of those guns where like, and this is true about every gun, but some guns you can like make a few mistakes, but the Hemlock, if you hit those rounds, you're winning, dude. Like it just does so much work.
Way too much work, actually, if you do the math, you know. but that's your strong suit, not mine. So.
That's true. Yeah. So the
Hemlock, man, it's just been feeling good this week. It was the Devotion was a close second for me this week, but I'm just gonna have to go with Hemi, man. It's just, you know, I've had the turbocharger on both energy guns a bunch this week, and
Same.
you know, it's been failing me.
Yeah.
Ironically, like I don't know if it's a recoil thing. I don't know. You know, I mean, I can usually I can shoot octanes out of the sky going on their jump pad, hip firing a Havoc without a turbocharger. And then it's like I put the turbocharger in that thing this week, and all of a sudden I couldn't hit a fucking goddamn side of a barn. Not to reference your stream, but you know, I would just miss everyone in the barn with that thing. You know.
Yeah. No, yeah, I get you, man. Yeah, I had a hard time. I found a lot of energy guns this week too, and I just had a hard time with them. Like I just had a hard time.
Yeah, I will say I did do some pretty nasty stuff. I've gotten back in my groove again with the 30-30, and man, that 30-30 with the Devotion as your close range is just like,
dude,
you're just a fucking asshole. Like even if you don't hit every shot, it doesn't matter because both those guns are so strong.
Yeah, absolutely. And so yeah. Funny you say that because my weapon of the week is the 30-30.
The thirtra. How do you say it in Spanish again?
The 30.
Oh, 30. Sorry.
The 30. So yeah, it just rips, dude. Like it's definitely one of those guns that's hard to master, right? You can't rapid fire it, and the hip fire is just abysmal. You know what I mean?
You might as well just have you might as well just melee, which I mean, if you have a heirloom, why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Unless you have the shatter caps, right? But once you get it down, like it just oh my god, it just does so much work. And you and I have said this, and a couple of people in our circles have said this too. It's like a long distance wingman, which is funny because the wingman is also the long distance wingman. But the 30-30 it was supposed to be the long distance wingman.
It wasn't, to an extent it is. I mean, I do think they should change the bullet drop on the 30-30 like a little bit.
Yeah,
because it's too close to the longbow, in my opinion.
I see it. It's not even that it's too close to the longbow. It just sucks. Like the bullet drop on it just fucking sucks, dude. Like it's why the G7 Scout is the superior marksman gun, because you just pop. Like people are just straight up dead when you have the G7. But the 30-30, dude, it's just a really good gun. It's just a really good gun.
It is.
So anyway,
I'm glad you chose that. Yeah, I had a couple rough weeks with it where I wouldn't pick it up, and then the other day I just kind of ended up with one, and I was like, all of a sudden everyone's like, Joel, how do you have 5 kills and 1,700 damage? And I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
But anyway, we ended up winning that fight because I grabbed. Well, we'll get to that.
So, a lot of new information is coming out about season, what is it, 13? Season 13. Saviors. A lot of they're putting in so many changes to the base of the game, not even including the new character Newcastle and all the changes.
No. He's Newcastle.
Newcastle. He's new.
If you watch if any of you watch the footage, you know that's not really Newcastle.
It's not the real one.
It's Newcastle.
It's Newcastle. So not including Newcastle, and not including the Storm Point changes. There's just so many changes that they're making to the game. And I'll just start from the top. Ranked is getting they're calling it Ranked Reloaded.
Yes, which I actually thought was I like it. I know a lot of
Yeah,
people were kind of clowning on the fact that they called it that, but I was like, no, it makes sense.
sure,
I mean, they
sure.
completely overhauled it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a whole different experience. And that's cool
Yeah.
because I mean, for the longest time, ranked was kind of stale, right? And then the last 2 seasons or so, it's been kind of like weird. There's been a large influx of players at higher levels.
And they've been experimenting with the KP system in the midst of that.
Yeah, exactly. And then like the Predator RP level has been like new records for it, like insane, like just insane changes to the whole rank system. So they're trying to fix some things, trying to put in some new mechanics so that scoring mechanics, so that you just get it's a better experience for everybody who want to be competitive.
Yep.
First and foremost, they are removing the RP cap for kills. So it used to be that you'd get like 6 kills, and that would give you the maximum amount of points that you can get just from kills.
Yes.
Kills
yes.
or assists. And so, but they're removing that now. And what they're doing is they're giving a base value of each kill is worth increasingly less down to a minimum. I don't have the actual numbers.
I think it's either 10 or 14 kills is the point where you get no additional points.
Yeah, you get down to a minimum value. So
Yeah.
it's not that it's so let's say you get 10 points a kill, right? And the maximum is 10. What'll happen is if you get 1 kill, 10 points, 2 kill, you get 9 points, 3 kills, 8 points. I'm just making these numbers up. And then once you get down to 10 kills, you get 1 point, and if you get 11 kills, you get another 1 point. So
Yeah.
it's like a scale system. So those aren't the accurate numbers. But that's what they're doing essentially. So you can drop 20 bombs, but there's going to be like a sunk cost value where you're putting in too much effort to get something that you're not even going to get a lot of return for. And so yeah, so I think that's cool because one, it'll stop people from being thirsty, right? And trying to get like, oh, I got to get maximum kills or whatever the hell to get the maximum RP. I mean, essentially there's gonna be a halfway point where like it makes sense to get all those kills. But it's gonna stop people from pursuing like the third parties, fourth parties, fifth parties type situations.
Well, and on that note, I think one of the most interesting things that they added is that they're trying to eliminate some of the third party pressure because they announced that there's a slew of things having to do with ranked. So first off, there's a new level they added called Rookie. All the pre-existing ranks cost more points to enter now, so the entry cost is higher, which is something I think we both said we wanted, Calvin, which I agree with. But also additionally, you don't get points for players you thirst down by another team anymore.
Yeah.
So like if you run in to third party a team and there's 2 knocked and 1 up and you kill the 1 up, your team only gets points for the 1 up. You do not get points for the 2 that were down by someone else.
Right.
You do not. So, they've said they want the game to be played more strategically, as I brought up probably to the point of death on this show, that they want tactics and strategy used in Apex. And so they want more of that and less of the third party and less of the solo thirst wild man or woman running around.
Right.
I think we're gonna get there with all these changes. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I think the reducing the points from the third party is a big thing. I would say the main talking point, though, which I assume you were about to touch on, is you all get full kill credit now for someone that you assist with.
Yes. So I'm looking for that specific little thing here. I'm not really seeing it. But in terms of assists, what they're doing is not to skip over your point, but they are changing the assist timer. So it used to be you had 10 seconds that you would, within 10 seconds, if you get if you do damage to somebody and and there's like a little wait until they finally go down, then you get the assist type of thing. But they increased it from 10 to 15 seconds. So it takes a longer time that you have more time to get an assist, essentially.
Yeah. And then the phrasing that they used for it is basically it's a team-based game, so players should be rewarded at the team level. So as long as you're alive and actively helping your teammates, you all get RP when someone on your team gets a kill.
Yes, that's huge.
So and you're the RP, the change is basically you get half of the RP points for players that did not assist the teammates.
Yep.
So like if I'm playing with Calvin and fuck Dan for some reason, and we're doing ranked and Calvin and Dan full wipe the team and I'm still being a loot goblin in the back, I'll only get half the RP, half the ranked points for the 3 kills. But in the past you would get none.
Right.
That's why if you watch the pros or the streamers, everyone's like, wait, let me tap him while he's knocked. Let me shoot him so you can get some of the points off. So now it doesn't matter.
Right. It's a full team effort.
With your team. You
sure.
Still stick with your team.
Sure. Yeah. So that's you're gonna see a lot of changes with that. And then the biggest thing, I would say this is the biggest thing, Joel, is tier demotion. Oh, yes. So at the end of last split and this split, there are an extremely large amount of individuals who are in Masters 4, Diamond 4, Plat 4, Gold 4. And it's because individuals are getting enough points to get into the next tier bracket, but they're not able to. It's two things. One, they're not able to consistently get points in the next tier bracket, so they remain in the 4 ranking. Or 2, people are, and this has been the biggest complaint about people who play competitive. People are going into ranked matches, solo queued into ranked matches, and saying, "Fuck it, I'm Plat 4. I have nothing to lose," and essentially not playing well as what people are claiming other people.
Yeah, they can full send, as we say.
They can full send because they're at the bottom of Plat 4. They're not going to go any lower than that because there was no tier demotion, so they would just fuck off and it would cost the team points.
Yeah, so similar, the official Apex statement was similar to the ranked arenas. Rewards will be granted based on the highest RP threshold achieved. So what's modified is that tier demotion protection available up to 3 games after you lose the promotion into a higher tier. So if you are a platinum player, which I am, and you get to Diamond 4, you have 3 games you can lose in Diamond 4 before it shoots you back to Plat 1. Now, in addition to that, they can demote out of a tier halfway down to the previous division. So after those 3 games in Diamond 4, you get the lowest it will allow you to sink is halfway down to Plat 1.
Yeah. Yes.
I hope I tried to make that as clear as possible for all of our listeners and viewers.
So exactly. So if you're getting to Diamond 4 and you lose 3 games, it knocks you back into Platinum 1. But if you keep losing, the furthest that the game will let you go. So technically, there still is a tier protection because it's only knocked you down halfway to Plat 1 or Gold 1 or Diamond 1, right? From the higher rank. So all they did was lower the threshold down. You don't maintain the high rank that you got, first split I got into Diamond, and so I'm gonna get the Diamond trail. No, if you get into Diamond, but then you get knocked back into Platinum, you're not getting any Diamond points. It counts as a Platinum, so it doesn't keep your highest score. It keeps where you currently are, which is pretty cool. Because
go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was saying because sometimes you get the hype and you get into the next tier, and then you just start bombing game after game after game, and you're like, fuck, now I'm back down to the bottom of Platinum, and I was just in Diamond. But now it's stopping you. It's keeping you there so you can win the next 2 games it gets from Platinum 1 to Diamond 4. And then easy peasy.
It's 3 now because they did. That was the next.
That's true.
Next point. There's an additional 200 RP a rank now.
Yep.
And then, like I mentioned earlier, there is a new rookie rank at the very beginning. Rookie does not cost any RP to enter, but you will start costing you RP in bronze
Yes.
to get in.
Yes.
And once you hit diamond, it's more expensive to be diamond than it was before. I think traditionally up until this season, diamond was the harder, like, diamond was kind of like the measuring stick. Like a lot of players were gold and plat, and then there wasn't that many diamonds, and that number, like, I think it like tripled this last split. So I really think they're trying to have diamonds, plats, or sorry, diamonds, masters, and then preds. Like that's kind of the measuring stick,
Yeah.
Which sucks because I think I could technically be good enough to be considered a diamond player, but like I only really want that stupid cosmetic trail. Like I'm just gonna go back to this. Like if there was another way to acquire a different cosmetic trail color, I would just do that.
Right. What makes me the most upset about the dive trails is that you don't get to keep them.
Nope.
Like that's
well, you do if you played before season 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because that wasn't implemented until season 4. So if you have the season 1 or 2, I think, dive trail, it never goes away for you.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, I think I didn't do ranked then.
Oh yeah, neither did I. And it's kind of messed up, man. Like the fact that if you've earned a dive trail, if you go into the cosmetic to pick it, it's like season 8 diamond trail, and you're like, oh cool. It explicitly says season 8 diamond trail instead of just diamond trail. So like, why even put the effort to put the fucking name on it if you're gonna take it away from you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they changed the graphics on the trails every season anyway.
Yes.
So it's like we would know they're different. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
You're preaching to the choir, brother.
Anyway, so on their website they have the new entry cost adjustment, so you can be like, oh, I'm silver 1. The buy-in for silver 1 is 36 points. That means I need to get into 5th place in order to come out positive without any kills, type of thing.
Yeah.
So go on the website, go check it out, do the math, figure it out. But yeah, let us know what your thoughts are of these new rank changes. Are you a rank player, or are you just like a sweaty pubs kind of person trying to get into the mix, dive at Fragment East all the time kind of person? Let us know. Hit us up on all our social media accounts at Pex Pals Podcast. Even email us at pexpalspodcast@gmail.com. Joe Cupcake, what else do we got?
Yeah. There's a few things on the list, Cal. You know what? Let's swerve over before we get into the thick of the episode with more season 13 stuff. Let's talk ALGS for a second, dude.
Okay, tell me about it.
Yeah. So I actually had time to watch a lot of ALGS this season. A couple things I've got to say. First off, I know a lot of you are like me and actually like Dan, where sometimes ALGS is kind of boring because you're like, wow, we're in the middle of Climatizer and it's the final ring and there's 7 teams live and everyone's nut hugging in a rock. Okay.
Right.
Granted, that is a little frustrating to watch sometimes. If you're going to start watching the Apex Legends Champion Series or Global Series, sorry, I don't know why I said Champion. It's Global Series.
I don't know.
ALGS. If you're going to start watching, now is the time. Okay. For a multitude of reasons. First and foremost is a personal preference. Some of the casters, that's what they're called, the people that watch these events, they're whatever. Nice Wig is now casting the events that he doesn't get to play in, and he is hilarious. Him and Greek were commentating all the events. It was beautiful. It was lovely, amazing, wonderful. I loved it. So they were fucking hilarious. You can go back and watch his VODs on it. That was tight. The second thing is with the crypto buff and with the Watson buff, the meta is finally being changed. Every team is not just Gibby, Caustic, Valk.
Nice.
Last season, we had, I think it was one team that was doing Gibby, Valk, Fuse, and one team that was doing Gibby, Valk, Ash. Every other team basically was running Gibby, Valk, Caustic. Okay.
Yeah. I remember that. What was it? Gibby had a 100% pick rate the comp scene?
In comp.
So this stupid.
So this playoffs, actually the third place team that got third overall, they were running Crypto, Watson, Valkyrie.
That's awesome.
And all the commentators were like, what are these guys doing? what's going on. But you know what they did every single time, Cal? They'd land in their zone, they'd get all the loot, they'd find the beacon, they'd wait for the first ring close, hit the beacon again. They would just go drop dead center of the ring and just fucking hold the final zone.
Love
the whole
that.
time with Watson fences and a Watson ult.
I love
and
that.
They ended up getting 3rd place in this whole fucking global tournament.
Good. And
that's insane. And I think it's, I think we even joked about it on the episode we talked about Crypto's buff. It's hilarious because you're watching these dudes and everyone, the final fight always comes down to the bubbles, right?
Yep.
Say you're watching 5 teams and 4 have Gibbies and 1 has a Crypto. It's hilarious to watch these 4 bubbles pop and people are fighting and the Crypto EMPs and all 4 bubbles disappear.
I love
and magically there's just 2 teams left because nobody has cover.
I love that.
Like I love Gibby. I've been playing him a lot. He's like my duos character now. For some reason, he just works amazing in duos. I love playing Gibby in duos. And he's my 2nd highest amount of wins.
Yeah.
He's my 2nd or 3rd highest damage as well. It doesn't really matter. But he's fun as fuck. But I'm tired of the Gibby like Peacekeeper / Mastiff meta.
Yeah.
I'm over it, Yeah. So I'm loving that ranked is having these spicy switch ups. You know what I mean?
Same.
I mean, how everyone's been saying, apparently in the North, us North Americaners, we're pissed that Stormpoint's coming. All the EU teams and basically all the foreign teams play Stormpoint better than the American teams do. There was a team, I believe that the second to last game of ALGS, they were one of the better ranked teams, placed teams, I should say. Sorry. And they were running Bloodhound, Valkyrie, and Bangalore. Nobody really runs Blood too much anymore.
Yeah.
Some still do, but most are sticking with the Caustic and whatnot. But I mean, Calvin, I've never seen something this entertaining. Like they would literally fly in with the Valk, land on a team, smoke the team with both smokes, pop the bang ult, and just wipe.
I love that.
Over. Like it was like fucking clockwork, dude. I was like, this is like actually incredible.
I love that because it's something that we talk about on the show. It's like I hate the fact that people think that you're not competitive if you don't play meta characters or weapons, and I can't stand that. Like there's a reason why there's more than one character and more than one gun in the game. It's because they all bring something different to the game, right? Like the most like simpatico relationship in the game is Bangalore Bloodhound, because Bangalore pot smoked, you can't see shit. Bloodhound pops his ult, and your team can see everything. Like that's how it's supposed to work, Like I don't know, man. I guess I'm just someone who likes to play video games and likes to enjoy it. You know what I mean? I don't know personally.
But yeah. So anyways, that's the deal there. ALGS. Even if you don't like the more like campy system of like ratting towards the end for points, but then it's just being one big final clusterfuck, check it out. The team comps are changing. There's new players. A bunch of teams just swap players, bringing in new people. Some are streamers, some aren't. It's very entertaining. It's a good ass time. Check it out. Shout out to Rig for winning the whole one in Stockholm. They won in 6 games, which I believe is a new record. And on top of that, Cal, they won with a fucking sub.
Oh, really? The substitute?
Yes, which is insane. Hats off to that team. That is Jin Burton's team. For those of you that don't know, Jin Burton's basically considered the best controller player in the world. Check him out. He streams too. It's tight. Peep game. They just announced the next one's going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina, in July. There's going to be 2,000 people in the audience. They're letting the public come view.
That's dope. All right.
It's going to be tight. All
right. Well,
what's next on the agenda?
Enough about the fucking pros, because this is the Mediocre Gamer podcast. Fuck the pros. Don't watch ALGS. Fuck them. Anyway, season 13 is coming soon with a brand new legend whom we found out was Bangalore's long lost brother, Jackson Williams. He goes by the name of Newcastle, and like Joel alluded to earlier, he is a town folk hero in disguise. He's not the original Newcastle. He's the new Newcastle. And with this new character, we talked about him a little bit last week, but he's like another tank. His whole makeup is to be another tank, so he's going to be like the Gibby and the Caustic tanks, fortified characters.
You know what's even better about all that, Cal? Not to cut you off, they finally gave us one, Calvin.
What's that?
Gibby is a big man, but Newcastle, he has the dad bod. I'm finally represented in the game. I'm fucking happy.
So
don't laugh at that. Fuck you.
Different from, I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at you being funny, Joe. God damn.
God damn it, I love you, Calvin.
Different from Caustic. Caustic is a fortification, bunker down, fuck you, you can't touch me type of character. Gibby was supposed to be a I got you, brother, got your back, cover you, covering fire, support, pick you up really quickly inside of his dome type of character. And then now we have somewhere in between. We have with Newcastle's new abilities, it's very reminiscent of Gibraltar, very reminiscent of Rampart and Lifeline. And first and foremost, his tactical ability is called the Mobile Shield. And if you watch the gameplay trailer for Newcastle, the Mobile Shield is exactly what it sounds like. There was a shield out and it moves forward at a slow pace, and then you could walk behind it essentially. So all you people complaining about not being able to move forward in Kings Canyon because there's too many open spaces, Newcastle is the answer to that. Mobile Shield will provide you a mobile cover that you can get behind and just essentially stay safe in open areas for a limited time until they break the shield down.
I do want to point out that on the official Apex site, it does say that it's a controllable drone. So, but none of the gameplay footage alluded to that. I think the thing just runs in front of Newcastle. I think it just moves a set distance in front of him. I
think so too. I didn't really.
I had to go back and watch that gameplay trailer, Calvin. And one thing that I noticed was interesting. Whatever gun, I think it was a Rampart he's using with the 2.4. There's a part where he starts shooting, and the movable shield is only waist high, so he can shoot over it.
Yeah, and I think
I don't know if that's a destruction aspect, like when it loses half health, it shrinks.
Absolutely.
Or if it's like a smart shield, and when you start shooting, it goes wider.
Sure.
And lower.
Don't know.
To find out.
About to figure it out. And so that's how Newcastle is similar to Rampart with the shield. It doesn't amplify any damage, but it's still a shield that your team.
The ult. And the ult.
Well, we'll get there. God damn it. Anyways,
sorry. I did it again.
In response to his Lifeline similarities, his passive ability is called Retrieve the Wounded. You can pick somebody up at like when you just res anybody by usual, but you can drag them behind cover, or just move them in general. It doesn't have to be behind cover. You can move, but the best thing about this so far that we've seen is you can use your knockdown shield to protect them while you're rezzing them. And now your knockdown shields are actually useful for one character, but they're useful. So you when you're
put out my cough drop on that laugh, Calvin. That was a good one, dude. You got me good there.
When you're rezzing somebody and you have a purple shield, you have like 300 damage protection right there,
Something like that,
yeah. Then that's really fucking cool. The dragon is whatever. The knockdown shield protection is cool, and that's kind of what we were talking about before the Newcastle release, where I was saying I wish they'd bring back Lifeline's res shield. It's kind of come back with Newcastle.
Yep. And I know there was, I'm sure most of you exist on the internet, so you've all seen the video, excuse me, on Twitter and Reddit. But there is some confusion in the clip from the firing range where Newcastle's rezzing the dude. Newcastle has to have the gold bag to res the person at half and half. Okay. The confusing part about that clip is the res shield is gold. That is because Newcastle has the gold res shield.
Yes.
So the res shield that is blocked on the down character is whatever one Newcastle is equipping.
Correct.
So if you have a Newcastle on your team, you got to give him that purple or gold shield. You have to.
Absolutely. And so lastly, Newcastle's ultimate ability is called Castle Wall, and this is kind of where he takes a different turn from the other fortified characters, where he leaps into the air to an ally or a target area and slams down. Don't know if this does damage or not, but he slams down onto the ground, creating a large like W looking fortified wall, and it has two tall walls on each side, a one tall wall in the middle, and a little halfway barricade on the bottom, so like a W essentially. And so that way you can stand behind it at certain points to peek shots, or you can just peek over the middle into the middle areas, and just like Rampart shields or the mobile shield, it takes damage to a certain point and gets destroyed. But in a jiffy, you can have shield protection to pop a shield cell, pop some band-aids or whatever the hell, or fuck, even if you have the right angle, fucking Valk ult out of there, you know. So I think it's pretty cool. I wonder if it does damage. That's my big
I would
thing.
assume so. I noticed again when I read the website, if you watch the video of the gameplay footage, he jumps like up onto a roof.
Yes.
So it's going to give teams whole new ways to push teams on high ground because he can leap up to them. I would assume it just does like a splash effect or like a knockback. I would assume it does not do damage. But the thing that I found is interesting in the verbiage is you can aim to a location or you can lock onto a teammate. So if teammate is getting shot, you can literally just track onto him with your ult and jump in front of them to help them out.
Yeah, which is really cool.
So you know, again, if that's actually true, where it's actually more of like a lock-on feature, like that's going to be that's a new mechanic they're now introducing to the game.
Yes.
You know, we've always run comparisons between Overwatch and Apex. Overwatch, a lot of the medic characters aim directly at you or they tether to you for healing. Respawn actually yesterday on the internet made a statement that they have heard the community and they're finally preparing to look into delivering us more support legends. Because
love that.
Because Loba basically doesn't count. Like, let's be honest, we're Loba stands on the show, but she does not count.
Yep.
And Lifeline, I mean, has had her whole kit basically stripped away from her, except for being able to res two people on the go at once.
Right. But I mean, you know, that's only useful if you're in a fifth party and everyone else is distracted.
Yeah. So I think with the ability to lock on being added, let's see how the mechanic works, of course, with Newcastle's ult. But I think having that and being able to swerve that into the next medic class, you know, the game's gonna keep evolving. It's not going anywhere. It's $1 billion property, as we talked about. Was that last episode, 2 episodes ago?
Yeah.
You know. So I'm stoked, man. And the range, again, go watch the gameplay video specifically for Newcastle listeners. It's on all the Apex pages. We shared it, all that shit. The leap range he has up to get on top of one of the buildings is massive. It's massive.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see what comes of Newcastle, because, and I say this because most of the new characters who've been released have not become meta except for Valkyrie.
Yes.
Seer was when he was broken and then everyone stopped using him. Horizon was when she was broken and then everyone stopped using her. Fuse never was. Rampart never was. Maggie never was. You know, it's like everyone's still holding on to those original meta characters, and then Valkyrie. So maybe Newcastle provides that next level of meta character. And so not so that he just infiltrates and becomes one of the new ones, but because he infiltrates and then it forces everyone else to use someone else to counter Newcastle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I hope. Because like Maggie is supposed to counter Gibraltar, right? Especially with her little drill thing. But people don't pick Maggie. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Rampart is supposed to counter it's supposed to be the ultimate bunker down, but no one picks Rampart. You know, Fuse is supposed to counter Rampart, but no one picks either of them. So what's the fucking point? You know, so it's like, I don't know.
Well, we talked about it on one of the old episodes of the show a while back, Calvin. Like, I have this theory where they like reverse release the legends. You know what I mean? Like, the legends' true intention comes later because like they're releasing Newcastle, and it seems like the number one counter to Newcastle is going to be the last new character, Maggie, and the last buff character, Crypto.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
They buffed Crypto after they buffed Watson. You know, and Crypto is a great hard counter to Watson.
Absolutely.
I know we didn't want to talk about Crypto. Reminder, everyone, he counters every legend.
He counters every legend. He counters every legend.
Every single legend. So I don't want to hear the complaining. If you're going to complain about Caustic, I'm just going to block you on Twitter and tell you to play Crypto. Period. Anyways, moving on. You know.
So, anyways,
Maggie, I think Maggie will be a good potential counter to Newcastle, but also with her ball and how quickly you can close the distance to stop the dragged res, to stop the shield wall. I did notice in the gameplay footage, one thing that I really enjoyed was the shield that Newcastle throws up. It actually deflects Maggie's ball.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
So that was a really cool mechanic to see. I wonder if it's one of those, like, if you time it right, will it deflect nades back at the team? Like, I'm really curious to see. I think Newcastle, and I'm going to go on record and say this, I think he's going to be the biggest brain character in the game besides Crypto.
So
because it's all tactical support.
That means no one's going to pick him.
And that means I'm going to be terrible at him for like 3 seasons before I get it.
That means no one's going to pick him. So that's Newcastle coming with season 13. And then lastly, Joel, you got some information about leaks and new stuff coming to potentially coming to the game, right?
Well, first off, let's just get it right out. What's in the box?
What's in the box?
I'm happy. I alluded to it twice on the show earlier. If you haven't figured it out, the fucking Spitfire is returning to the ground loot, and the Mastiff is going in. Now, I don't understand why the Mastiff's going in. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, weird. It's the first time a gun has been thrown back into the care package. Twice.
Also, the whole reason they brought the flatline out and the longbow out and then put the Rampage and the R3 in, they said it had to do with the balance of attachment and ammo distribution.
That doesn't make
now that makes me feel like with the R3 going in the crafter, that G7 should have come out of the care package, not the Spitfire.
Right.
You know,
right.
Or like, I really wish we would have been right and they would have just put the fucking wingman in the care package.
See, now this doesn't make any sense. So the Spitfire does 19 damage to the body and it does 33 damage to the head. The flatline does 18 damage to the body and 32 damage to the head. They're the same fucking gun. They're the exact. The only difference is the Spitfire has 25 more rounds. That's it. That's it.
Well, Spitfire has way better range.
Well, no, they're the same fucking thing. It's the exact same.
I guarantee you, the Spitfire has more range.
The Spitfire has better recoil control, so therefore it feels like better range. The flatline and the Spitfire are the exact same gun. They're the exact same gun, and so I don't understand why they're bringing the Spitfire out. Why are you bringing the Spitfire out and the flatline out? It's just going to be flatline and Spitfires everywhere. That doesn't make any sense.
And they did nerf the flatline a little bit, or the Spitfire. They dropped like the maximum number of bullets for the big mags by 5. Supposedly they significantly increased the spread on the hip fire, so you won't be able to just like cheese ball hip fire everybody with a Spitty.
You're still gonna do it. You got 55 fucking rounds.
I'm still gonna do it.
Yeah, 55 fucking rounds.
That's not the point. But anyways, I'm fucking excited. I'm a Spitfire dude.
Yeah.
The only thing that can make me more excited is if when we get the hop up leaks, the fucking full auto's back, and then I can just rip everybody with the Prowler again.
Oh yeah.
I don't. I mean, if that happens, which I hope it does, I really hope it does, because everyone it's like they're forcing everybody to use SMGs with the R3 going in the crafter. It's only 30 mats though. It's really not that big of a deal. Everyone's freaking out.
But not even that, dude. Not even that, dude. Like like people are only going to use the flatline and the Spitfire from now on. I will bet my life on that because
Yeah.
no one because people go, oh, R301 done, like, and then move on with their lives. But now because they're going to be everywhere, flatlines and fucking Spitfires are going to be everywhere. No one's going to use the Hemlock. That's never going to get used ever again.
Nope.
And that's it. That's it.
The only way I see the flatline and the Hemlock being used again significantly scares me, because that means it'll also do the headshot damage, which also traditionally has always also been a part of the wingman. I don't want that. I don't want those hop-ups back. Right. I will say, when the Anvil receiver existed, it was the Anvil, right?
Yeah, Anvil receiver, yep.
When that existed on the flatline in single fire was a fucking nightmare to deal with.
It hit pretty hard.
It hit fucking hard. Now, if they bring that back, okay. Didn't make sense. But I do agree with you. A little confused as to what they're doing.
Yeah.
But also, if they put full auto in, why wouldn't you just use a fucking Prowler?
Yeah.
Everyone knows that gun is the superior SMG. I'm sorry for all the R99 stands out there.
Yeah.
The full auto Prowler beats the R99.
It was pretty annoying.
Yeah.
It was pretty annoying.
But anyways,
what else you got? What else you got?
Spitfire is out. Mastiff is in. The Crafter is the Rampage and the R3. I, for one, I'm just tired of seeing the Rampage everywhere. I feel like the RMG is too high on it. It's not even a matter of people using it. Yeah. I just feel like it's all you fucking find.
That's true.
You know,
I can agree with that.
I'm glad that's going in. The longbow is going to be back on the ground, which I think is very interesting. I think that's going to make a lot of people, especially our homie Nicewig, very happy. You know, I think that switches up the dichotomy of the game a little bit. Having the longbow back on the ground, I like it. I'm here for it. Let's full send. Yeah. There's a big. If you go to our Instagram, actually, I just posted the graphic last night. Big changes to the helmets.
Yes, huge changes.
First off, for the Fortify passive no longer affects helmets. So the big boys, Gibbies, you're no longer safe once your gun shield goes down. Just keep that in mind.
Yep.
But the helmets actually do more damage reduction per tier.
Yes.
So something I was just talking to our buddy Kodiaks about in our group chat about Apex is I've already been on this trip where I craft a fucking helmet over a bag every single time.
Oh, interesting.
But now with the damage reduction modifiers for the helmet armor, you have to, like, you're a psychopath if you're not running into a fight with at least a blue helmet, in my opinion.
That's true. That's true. But you bring up a good point. They increased the damage reduction on the helmets, and surprise, this came out of fucking left field. Nerfed the Kraber.
That was my next point. The Kraber's damage has been reduced.
What the fuck?
So if you have purple gold helmet, you no longer get downed instantly by a headshot.
That blows my mind. Well,
and I think
that's the whole point of the Kraber. That's the whole point.
I agree with you. I think this is where it really comes down to, like, they had to cave something to the pros.
They didn't, though. That's the thing.
They felt like they had to. They felt like
they had to. Here's the thing. I don't even think they felt like they had to. I feel they're just like, oh, okay, here you go. Like, so apparently, when making these changes for C13, they brought a panel of pros and, like, big streamers on to the whatever out of Zoom meeting. I don't know what the fuck, but they brought them all in. They asked them all the questions. Everyone's like, I don't like getting headshot by the Kraber in the rank game. Shut the fuck up. Like, stop peeking. If you know there's a Kraber out, stop peeking. You know, and number two, get the Kraber yourself. Yep. You know, I never complain when I get a headshot by the Kraber. If I get headshot by the Kraber, I go, fuck, I got a headshot by a Kraber. And, like, that's it. It doesn't ruin the game for me. It doesn't, it doesn't do anything. Like, I'm saying, oh, fuck, it just happened. Hopefully you guys can res me before I get full killed.
Well, you know, also, I mean, the only reason I'm for this, Calvin, is in theory, this will help reduce the Gibby pick rate, because you get Kraber and you bub and you do the res, or you have the gun shield and everything, and it helps a little more against the Kraber with the headshot fortification, but that's all changing. You know, I mean, I think it's hilarious. These people are like, oh, fix lifeline, fix lifeline, fix lifeline. Who's the best person to have on your team if you're dealing with a Kraber? Fucking lifeline.
Yeah.
You know, because Mirage, he ain't got no protection. You know what I mean? Like we both love Mirage, but that boy is useless against the Kraber. Like, let's just be honest.
Oh, well, I mean, every other character.
And if you really want to nerf something on the Kraber, I am so sorry. That gun should not be able to hip fire people. Like we fought that team the other night, remember?
Yeah.
He hip fire killed 2 of us back to back. Okay, you should not be that gun should not be able to do that. I don't care. You could be the best skill setted person in the game, aim wise. You should not be able to do that.
That's
like,
funny.
You know, it is funny, and I get it.
Funny.
But like, you shouldn't be able to do that. I mean, Apex is a game where quick scoping is hard.
Yeah.
You know, if you can master the quick scoping in Apex, it's much harder than it is to do it in Call of Duty. And I sure as fuck can't do it in that game.
Yeah.
You know, and so I can understand rewarding quick scoping, but dude, just like a fucking Hail Mary hip fire should not be able to wipe 2/3 of a team. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I see now, like, I mean, that's obviously they should probably fix the hip fire on the Kraber, but I don't think the reduction in the headshot should happen. Like, every game needs a gun that just obliterates everybody. Yep. And the fact of the matter is, I think they messed up because the Kraber's RNG has been a lot higher. There's been a lot of games I've been in with multiple Krabers in it. Just reduce the Kraber RNG. Make it once per game. Like,
what I don't understand is why am I? Oh, here's a game. I'm getting shot by 3 Krabers, and there's only 1 Spitfire on the map.
Yeah, that's true.
Or I've seen games where no one has the Volt at all, and there's 2 Krabers.
Yeah, it's just funny to me because it's like the pros complain about the Spitfire, then they put it in the care package, and then now they're like taking the Spitfire out, and then and so it's back. And then they're reducing the damage on the Kraber. Like, I don't know. Yeah. That's stupid. Now it's like, why even pick up the Kraber? The Kraber doesn't one-shot you. Why even pick it up? Pick up the Sentinel. Pick up the longbow. You know what I mean? Like, there's no point in picking up the Kraber now. There's no point.
Correct.
Because, what is it? It does 251, I think it is.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, 251. And with the headshot, the reduction on it, it doesn't do it will do less than 251.
Well, so if you have a blue or white helmet, it still drops you.
Yes. Blue or white helmet.
If you have the purple or gold, it won't drop you.
It won't drop you. Right. Yes. But by end game, most everybody has purple or gold. Correct. And so it's like, why even pick up the Kraber? Because at that point, at the end game, if you have a Kraber versus a Sentinel, the Sentinel's gonna win. Because the Sentinel, you can buff it, right? So it does more damage. I mean, it's going to be reduced, obviously, but it's going to do more damage than it usually does on the base. And you're going to have Deadeye's tempo. So not only can you do a significant... Because here's the thing. Both guns are going to take 2 shots. Doesn't matter how much damage you do. It doesn't matter what helmet you have.
Yep.
Both guns are going to do 2 shots. And the Spitfire is going to... Or the Sentinel is going to shoot faster. So what's
keep in mind the longbow's back.
Longbow's back.
So, but you're just fried, you know?
So like, what's the point? What's the point of picking the Kraber? There's no point in picking the Kraber. It's not going to do anything to anybody. So
correct. All right, a few more things coming next season. Kings Canyon is gone.
Yeah.
So the Storm Point buff is coming. So first week is just Storm Point. First split is Storm Point. I don't remember if they announced what second split was. I would assume it's World's Edge.
I don't know.
But I don't remember. We'll find out next week. But yeah, so the map rotation is going to be, Storm Point, Olympus, and World's Edge, which I'm actually very happy with that rotation. I don't mind. I am a little sick of Kings Canyon just because I played so much ranked this season.
That's funny.
But I am really fond of World's Edge. I'm glad that map's coming back. So we got that. First half the split. The event is another thematic event. We're getting armor for Bangalore.
Mm-hmm.
The mythic armor. Side note on the mythic armor, the devs have 100% announced all the mythic armor. If you have not figured it out yet, it's all Titanfall pilot-based gear.
Oh, Cool.
So if you played either of the first two Titanfall titles, stay glued for the more of that armor coming. If the leaks for what we saw for Bangs are correct, looks fucking awesome. I'm stoked on it. We are going to have the return of one of the limited time modes. We don't know what it is. For the second half of the split, we are getting a collection event. Valkyrie's heirloom is coming. It is coming alongside Control, actually. Control will be back for the second half of the split. Valk's heirloom is a Korsk or a Korske, however you want to say it.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically a short spear, and then the head of the spear splits into 3 points.
That's
pretty
dope.
Cool. Looks cool. That will be here. I mean, those are. Oh, I guess I'm by myself. It's tight. Calvin made it just me. For those of you watching on YouTube, hi everybody. Still Cupcake. So, anyways, I don't know what that was about. You caught me off guard there, Cal.
My bad.
Button
on my mouse.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, I mean that's most of the changes. You know, we've heard a few rumors about some of the other stuff coming. Loba's heirloom being worked on. Supposedly, the reason Kings Canyon is going away again is there's been a lot of data leaks about them. They're rebuilding Skulltown.
Oh,
so that little like nameless territory and salvage are both going to disappear, and it's going to go from Octane into Skulltown into Caustic.
Nice.
I'll believe that when I see it.
I believe it when I see it.
You know, just the rest of the rumor mill. The biggest thing on the rumor mill is that they're saying that the devs are actively considering, aside from adding more support legends, they have announced that they have heard the community and they understand that maybe a new legend every season is no longer the way forward.
Good. Yeah.
And I think you and I talked about this on the phone the other day, Cal. Like, Newcastle is going to change up the meta and it's going to change up the play style.
Hopefully.
I think it will. I mean, dude, are you telling me you're not down to get on with the boys and run 3 fortified characters at once to make all the sweat lords mad? I mean,
absolutely. I'm just saying, I hope it does.
Oh, yeah.
It's like what I said earlier. Like, he could come in and change up the meta, but people love their fucking meta and they're reluctant. They're reluctant for change. So.
Yeah, so I hope he changes up the meta. I agree. And you know, that's the biggest rumor on the table right now is the return of Skulltown, and also like they might, you know, more limited time modes and not release a new legend next season. I hope that's the case. I hope we get something where maybe we go back to the year one maps for a month so they can fix the base layers of the game, fix the audio, fix some of these basic issues. You know, I for one, as a console player, Calvin, I'm fucking sick of the fact that you guys get to loot boxes and wiggle around.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
That they have actually said that's a glitch.
That's funny.
The reason we can't do it on controller on console is because the game is designed to not let you.
That's so funny. You know what's funny? I don't wiggle.
I know you don't. But
I don't.
I'm just saying in general, like it's a very used and abused mechanic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's very funny.
Cool. Beyond that, you know, Cal, I think we only got one thing left to do before we get out of here.
What is it, Joel?
Calvin, what is your Motherload music album of the week?
My Motherload music album of the week, and for continuing listeners and new listeners, this is the new segment we're doing. Joel and I are Joel is a long-standing veteran of the metalcore music scene here in California.
We're fucking rockers. That's what Calvin's trying to tell you.
I'm a rocker.
We're fucking rockers.
And I am a musician. I used to be in a couple of metal bands. And we both like metal music, and we want to share it with you guys. So my metalcore Motherload movie mania album of the week is the album No Hope by The Color Morale.
Good band.
This album came out like 2013. And they were already a popular band before this album, but this album fucking skyrocketed them. They came like a household name in metal music to everybody. Solid album. Every song is a fucking banger, dude. Nice, good, some good breakdowns, some good chugs in there, and really good like soulful singing. It's such a solid album. I 100% recommend it. It's definitely one of my go-to albums to this day.
Love
Joe, what you got?
We're going way back.
Way back
to high school years.
Oh shit.
Those of you that haven't picked this up, I'm fucking old. So I was still in high school in 2003. No, I will not tell you what year I graduated. We're going back to the year 2003.
Okay.
Some of my first exposure to metalcore, ironically, and this was just because of the friend group I had, was actually Christian metalcore.
No, okay, yeah.
There's a few staples from that scene that I think have gone spread above and beyond our their Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Yes.
One of those bands is Nodes of Ranvier.
Oh shit.
Or Nodes of Ranvier, however you want to say it. There's a couple different ways.
Okay.
The self-titled album came out in 2003.
Nice.
On a beautiful label called Face Down Records. Owner's a really nice guy. They're pretty much responsible for any heavy Christian artist you've ever heard. I'm just gonna go throw that on a ledge there and say that. But yeah, album's self-titled. It's like a sketching of a dude like sitting, holding his knees and his head down.
Yeah.
It's some of the best breakdowns. They have that was like the prime era of like sound bites in music.
Yeah,
Calvin,
it was. It really was.
Do you remember this record, Calvin? The first song, it's like a breakdown, and it's Jimmy Page going, "Now that's rock and roll," and then it's like, and then it goes right into it, dude. Like,
I don't remember this. No, I don't think I ever heard this album.
Oh, you would actually really like this album.
Okay, I'm going to listen to it.
You know what? I'll send it to you right now on Apple Music.
Please.
When we're done with the show.
Please.
But yeah, that's my album of the week. And this has been another wonderful episode of Pex Pals. Calvin, thank you for joining me, my friend.
No, thank you for having enough strength to do the episode because you've been sick all week, dude.
Yeah, listeners, if you couldn't tell, my voice is a little off. I had a fucking cough drop mid-show. I did that horrendous nose blow that I forgot to mute myself for. So I'm like very sorry about that. I'm Joel Cupcake. This is Calvin. Don't forget, you can follow the show on every social media platform at Pex Pals Podcast. You can email us about topics. You can tell us we suck, whatever you want to do. If you have questions, whatever, hell, if you want to be a guest on the show, email us, pexpalspodcast@gmail.com. We just broke 410 Instagram followers actually this morning, Calvin.
Nice.
So thank you to those of you supporting on that. And as always, there are 3 different music players and our video player are all on our website, which is www.pexpals.com.
Yes.
And for those of you longtime listeners to the show that have stuck with us, we do know the ad placement is slightly annoying on the new program. We're trying to figure it out. We're still working on it.
Yeah.
And I believe we fixed the Spotify issue that I talked about last week. So everyone, Thank you for the support. Kelvin, how are we ending the show? What do you got for us?
I'm ending the show with fuck Dan. Fuck Dan.
All right. Fuck
Dan. Bye, everybody.
Bye.